Hey everyone, this is Dawn. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a double Z fold card using the Wild and Free stamp set from the March-April catalog. So let's get into it. I'm going to cut a piece of toffee cardstock at 4 1/4 by 11. And then I'm going to score it at 2 3/4 and also at 5.5 inches. And then I'll set that aside. And I'm going to cut a piece of peacock paper at 1.5 inches by 11. And then I'm going to decorate this one first before I score it. It will eventually be the other Z. So I'm using the Yesterday and Today papers and the zip strip off of this piece and then the grid piece from that collection. So I have a zip strip that's cut at 11 inches and it's a 1/2 inch, and then I have a piece of the espresso paper at 3/4 inch by 11. So I'm going to glue that down on top of the peacock paper, and I'm just going to leave like 1/8 inch border on the top and the bottom to just let a little bit of that peacock peek out. So I'm going to put that down, and then I'm going to glue the zip strip down just below it. And I'm using the Bonding Memories broad tip glue pen to glue everything down. So that's ready. And now I'm going to put that back into my trimmer. I'm just using the track from my trimmer to score with, and then I'm using my score tool. And then I'm going to score it 5.5 inches, and then I'm going to flip it over and then score it at 2 3/4 inches. Okay, so now I'm ready to decorate my base card, and I'm using the grid paper. And I've cut this so that there's a smidge of border of the toffee paper around each side. And now I'm figuring out where my inside sentiment is going to be. I'm going to use the Go Wild, and this is a retired stamp set. I think it was from last summer. It's called the Scenic Route, and I'm using the Go Wild sentiment, and I'm figuring out the placement of it. I want it to be in that corner, but I want it to be covered once the Z fold is closed. So I'm inking it up with peacock ink, and just going to put that down kind of at an angle in that area. And I'll clean up my stamp and get everything put away. Okay, now I'm ready to glue these two decorative pieces onto my base card. So this one is going to go on the right side, and that's essentially the inside of my card, even though part of it will be exposed. And then this one is going to go on the front. So right now we're building the base of the card. I want to make sure the amount of space that I have of toffee showing is equal on both sides. Now I'm folding the card over so everything is inside, and then I'm going to fold that other piece up, and those are on the score marks, so it looks like a Z when you stand it up like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the peacock strip, and then I'm going to have, because I scored it differently, the long side is the first side, and then the short side is going to go on the inside. So I'm going to glue those to my card base. So that one that has the long, it's 5.5 inches before the fold, that goes on that short front piece. I'm going to glue that down, but only on that 2 3/4 inch space. And then there will be no adhesive in between. And then the 2 3/4 inch piece on the right side gets glued to the base of the card. So that's what it looks like when you look at it from the top. And the sentiment is hidden inside. So that's the base card. Now let's add some decorations. I'm going to use these stamps. This is a retired set from several years ago. And it is called You Mean the World to Me. And I'm going to stamp It's Your Day on vanilla cardstock. And I'm leaving enough space so that I can use the stitched thin cuts, stitch brackets, thin cuts, to cut that out. And now I'm going to stamp the fish and the wolf in black tuxedo ink. And it's an ink that I can use the alcohol markers with, because I'm going to color these in. So I'm stamping out the fish. And I'm also leaving just enough room around it so that I can use the thin cuts to cut these out after I'm done coloring them. And then I'm going to stamp the wolf, also in black. So we'll get those down. And then get everything cleaned up and out of the way. Okay, so off camera, I have colored these in using the Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend markers, and I have cut them using the thin cuts. So I have my fish, and I've also used the Julep shimmer brush on this fish to make it sparkly fish scales. And so now I'm going to complete my card, kind of laying everything out to figure out the placement of all of these pieces and how they're going to go. And after I have that figured out, I'm going to add some thin foam dots to pop them up just a little bit and attach them to my card. So the March-April catalog has started, and if you make a purchase, you'll receive a copy of that catalog with your shipment. And this Wild and Free stamp set with thin cuts is in that catalog. And I'll make a list of supplies with links in the description below. And Yesterday and Today is one of the new paper collections. And that's also in the March-April catalog. So I'll leave a link also in the description below if you want to, if you haven't got a copy of this yet and you want to look at the new products, you can go directly to my website and take a look at the new catalog. So that's the card. A little bit interactive and different. So I appreciate you spending some time watching my video today. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button so you'll be able to find all of my videos. And thanks for watching.